Do you ever feel like you're just dreaming about the life you want instead of actually building it? Well, this is your guide for turning those huge aspirations into real, tangible results.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever had one of those days, or maybe even a whole week, where you're just slammed, you're checking things off your to-do list, firing off emails, but at the end of it all, you feel like you haven't made any real progress on what actually matters? Yeah, it's such a common, frustrating feeling, and trust me, you're not alone.
But what if I told you the problem isn't that you lack ambition? I mean, you've got plenty of dreams, right? The real issue, the one we're digging into today, is often the lack of a clear, reliable system to get you from where you are to where you want to be.
And this is where everything changes. Because mastering the art of setting clear goals, well, it's not just about being organized. It becomes your own personal superpower. It gives you the focus, the drive to pretty much achieve anything you set your mind to.
All right, so let's unlock that secret superpower, shall we? First things first, we really need to get why having clear goals is so incredibly crucial for success. So, what makes clear goals so powerful? Well, for starters, they act like a lighthouse in the dark, guiding every single one of your decisions. That clarity actually triggers the reward centers in your brain, which keeps you motivated. And that motivation sticks around because you can see and measure your progress, creating this awesome feedback loop that just fuels more success. And hey, this isn't just some motivational fluff. It's backed by neuroscience. Get this. The simple act of writing down your goals makes you a staggering 42% more likely to achieve them, just writing them down. Why? It's because your brain just works better when it has clear, specific instructions to follow.
Okay, so how do we give our brains those super specific instructions? That brings us to our practical toolkit, and we're starting with a tried and true method for designing goals that you can actually achieve. The foundation for setting goals that work is something called the SMART method. It's a simple but incredibly powerful formula that turns those vague, fuzzy wishes into concrete, actionable targets. So what exactly makes a goal SMART? Well, it has to be specific. What exactly do you want? Measurable. How will you know when you've hit the mark? Achievable. Is this actually realistic? Relevant. Why does this matter to you? And finally, time-bound. When will you get it done? You need every single one of these pieces. Just look at the difference here. A vague goal like, I want to get better with money, offers zero direction. But a SMART goal, save 5,000 euros for an emergency fund in the next 10 months, wow, that gives you a clear target, a deadline, and a real purpose. It's an actual roadmap. But listen, a great goal is just the destination on your map. To actually get there, you have to build the road. You need an action plan. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? A goal without a plan is just a wish. Your action plan is the thing that breaks down that huge, maybe even intimidating goal into small, totally manageable steps. Okay, but once you have that list of steps, a whole new challenge pops up, right? Suddenly, your to-do list is a mile long. With so many things to do, how on earth do you decide what to tackle first? Enter the Eisenhower matrix. This thing is brilliant. It sorts your tasks by urgency and importance. You do what's urgent and important. You delegate or just eliminate the stuff that's not important. But, and this is the key, the secret to real long-term progress is living in quadrant 2. That's the important stuff that isn't urgent yet. This is where you plan, you grow, and you prevent future fires before they even start. So now we've got the what, our SMART goal, and the how, our action plan. But now we need to talk about the why. We need to talk about the fuel that's going to keep you going when things get tough. And that's motivation and discipline. Look, motivation isn't a one-and-done kind of thing. You have to keep filling the tank. So here are a few key techniques. First, visualize your success every single day. As you make progress, you've got to celebrate those small wins along the way. It reinforces the good habits. It's also absolutely crucial to have a support system around you. And maybe most importantly, you have to be flexible. Roadblocks are gonna happen. The trick is to adopt your plan, not abandon it. This next thought just captures it perfectly. Motivation is what gets you started, but it's the habits that keep you going. Think of it like this. Motivation is the spark that starts the engine. But discipline and solid habits, that's what keeps the engine running day in and day out, especially when that initial spark starts to fade. And the benefits of building that discipline, they are huge. I mean, studies actually show that disciplined people experience 60% less stress, and they're 3 times more likely to hit their long-term goals. This just proves that discipline isn't about punishment. It's a tool you can use to build a future with way less stress and way more success.
So how do we actually build that discipline in a practical way? The answer is to automate your progress. We're talking about turning productive actions into habits that are so effortless you barely have to think about them. Building a habit actually follows a pretty clear timeline. You start by anchoring a new habit to one you already have. For the next few weeks after that, your only job is to be consistent. Then something cool happens. Around week 5, you'll start to notice it's feeling, well, automatic. And by week 9 or so, it's not even something you do anymore. It's just part of who you are. And as you're building these habits, please remember the golden rule. This is all about repetition, not perfection. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Just get right back on track the next day. In the long run, consistency is always going to beat short-term intensity. Let's wrap up with this really powerful thought. Discipline is not about forcing yourself to do things you hate. It's a profound act of self-care. It's choosing what you want most over what you want right now. It is truly self-love in action. So now you have the framework, you have the tools, and you have the strategies. I'll just leave you with this one question. What is the very first dream you are going to build with your new superpower?